falling down cooler 闇へ but never going back touch 向かえどうして高く上げてなお大ボーナなんてもうグッバイ証拠にもなくファイナカマと Need another day I wanna know it from missing no more どこまでも抗ってこう今超えてく Also ready to break it up I'm not afraid yeah break it Give me the point throw in the dark 自分の力に変え wipe out 今ねじ曲げる視線 I never fall I never ever care for them 今立ち向かう and I defeat myself I gotta go, ski myself, save for back foot I gotta go, ski myself, see a suspect Time away from me, drop my shadow Smooth, let us set my tongue on this fix I can nobody knows, cause I can't flow Live fast for the
Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another video. Shocking and surprising, I'm going to be talking about WWE. Even though I personally don't watch it as much, I just get like updates as to what's going on because I just believe it's all staged and stuff. I mentioned why like I'm not so much of an advocate, but the reason why this caught my attention and why it blew wind is because I actually do want to speak about The Rock. Not only about Roman Reigns, not only about Cody Rhodes, but it's to let people be aware why you should not underestimate The Rock. Because although Roman Reigns may have been the champion this year, The Rock is not somebody you want to judge, even if he doesn't have a title this like right now, even if he hasn't been wrestling for too long, because I know how brutal he can be as a heel. I prefer him as a heel than a babyface, and it's not because my opinions 330 brought this to my attention, but I think he does perfectly as a heel. And it's funny enough because like you got people like Roman Reigns, even though he may be the current champion of April 2024, The Rock does not care. And the people, and I noticed a lot of people were booing at him, calling him a disgrace, cursing him out, putting him down. And when he has the upper hand, people are saying he goes too far, and that's the one thing I find very irritating. And I'll get into that later because I just want to focus in on how strong The Rock is. I'm not saying people like Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes can't put hands on him, but The Rock will let you know it's not about the title. It's about the confidence, the determination, and the effort you put, not how many titles you win. So he's a very talented guy. That's why I want to talk about how talented he is, because he can do more than just wrestling. Of course he can be a funny actor. And what makes him talented, because there are people who took his training advice and who wish to become like him one day and become as strong as him, even stronger. So it's to call out the people that fail to realize where The Rock came from. If it wasn't for him, WWE wouldn't be what it was back in the day. Because I may have, like, I'm not saying I grew up with The Rock. I knew him back then when I was a kid. Back then when I was literally a kid. So just imagine the career he had. I would say he was far more devastating during my time than the present. Because if we were to bring like The Rock from his prime, that's something I'd be willing to watch. Let's be real, you guys. I feel he would have done far more damage to these like newcomers. And the reason why I consider Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes newcomers, because I didn't see them during my childhood. They're not people I grew up with. So they may deserve the credit for their title, for what they accomplished. But even if they started, depending when they start, I personally did not see Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes too often. I've known The Rock better because I knew his potential. I knew what he was capable of. I was fully aware how strong he was, and he was basically a great example of what wrestling is all about. And of course, I wish I could show a video clip, but it's to avoid copyright, you guys. Although it seems like he's giving Cody Rhodes the handshake, but he really has it out for Cody Rhodes. And I'm not saying I watched the entire WWE like confrontation between them, but from what I gathered, it was the fact that his fans, Cody Rhodes fans, were threatening him and his daughter, mainly targeting his daughter, but just to really get into The Rock's skin. That's what really pissed me off. Just because the fact that they were scared that he was gonna make an example of Cody Rhodes and just prove how much of just how much of a formidable foe he is. They were just scared what the type of damage The Rock was gonna do if he did return to WWE, and they were trying to do whatever they can to discourage him. But the people failed to realize he has very rough skin, and that's somebody I look up to. I love his confidence. Like, the people that were trying to go as far as threaten his daughter and possibly target him too, get on his skin, make threats, and try to peer pressure him, are the people with soft skin. And I don't mean in a good way. I mean, they're the real cowards here. So, but like, he doesn't care. I can assure you guys, The Rock does not care how you feel about him, what you say about him, because he lives with criticism. He's able to take the insults, and he's able to throw it back at the people, which is really fun. And it's gonna go, and I'm gonna just get straight into this other clip, which relates to what I'm talking about. Here, he's literally beating Cody Rhodes with his belt. And it's funny enough, people are talking about how this Rock is way too brutal, he's way too aggressive with Cody Rhodes. The reason why they're saying that, because they are hypocrites and a fan of Cody Rhodes. We cannot deny. But one thing people have forgotten is that WWE wasn't censored. It was during my time, it was more brutal. There was a lot more blood. The wrestlers were more vicious. They came at each other. It was almost as if they were going to kill one another. I'm talking about like Undertaker, John Cena, etc. You could name a bunch of wrestlers. Again, I just haven't been keeping tabs of WWE because I feel like it's just completely staged nowadays, and the audience is just too spoiled, and they want to see and they want to determine who gets to win. And that's the one thing that would ruin it for me with wrestling, because it's like they want to determine who wins and who loses. So if you have that many people against The Rock, imagine how much it sucks for him to try and lose in order to get paid, because of course the money comes first, and that's going to affect his reputation. Not only does he have to be berated by people, he has to let himself lose and get his ass whooped. And which is definitely why I would turn on WWE and its audience. So what's there to watch when you don't know when you know for a fact that they're gonna do whatever they can to fix the fight in order to gain not only to gain benefits, but to impress the audience, because they know if they can't impress the audience, how are they going to get good reviews? How are they going to make more money? So that all comes in factors as to why, for me, it's not even worth supporting WWE. But the thing is, I want to say this: I would never underestimate The Rock. I feel like I know him better than any other wrestler. I may not, as of now, I may not be caught up with all the other wrestlers. If there's one that I would remember, it would be The Rock. And it's just, again, it's more than, I mean, I don't intend to being a wrestler, but it's just his heart, his rough skin has really encouraged me too. And you can't let people's words get to you, and you just gotta be yourself. So that's one thing that would make me, and that makes me admire about The Rock and Dwayne Johnson. He is somebody that he gives you good, he doesn't have to tell you, but his actions are actually good advice for those who look up to him. Like, it'd be nice if he would tell you directly, but seeing it for him is enough to learn the type of person that who would inspire you and then make you become more confident in yourself, and that the people don't decide for you, can decide for us, and who you decide you want to become, and how you want to thrive for success. And he's accomplished that. There's no denying it. He himself has worked hard for it, and he was always able to strive for his success and find his place in the world. And that I imagine the same, because he's one of those people that in a way encouraged me, but also realized that you might have your haters, but there's always going to be people who like you for who you are, as long as you are able to be able to just be able to encourage others, as well as be able to show what you're capable of, and have the motivation to keep pushing. And that's by watching, I feel like that's what he's been telling me and others who trust him, as well as who respect somebody like The Rock, and should always gain that respect. And you never in my life, nobody should look down on him. He's not somebody I would look down on. So whether he's been goofy, but The Rock is again a prime example of somebody you should never look down on. So I wouldn't say I'm disappointed, but I find it really pathetic. The people who have nothing in comparison to The Rock are looking down on him, when they should be looking up to him. Because sure, they may have the front row seats, they may be the ones watching up from above, but deep down, the Rock is always going to be stronger than those people, and he can easily outmatch them. Because I don't know anybody in the audience who would even have a chance against him one-on-one in person. Because let's be, they may say it from afar, but would they say it up close? No, because they know they don't stand a chance against The Rock. And The Rock is who he is today because of his own accomplishments, and what he managed to gain, because he kept pushing, and he didn't let the people drag him down. He didn't let the people be in control of his life, and he knows for a fact that he's the one that can manage his own, and that he can be his own leader, and which I should be my own leader too, and continue striving, and then work my way up. Because I may not be able to reach his level, but I certainly can try, and that's what many positive people should do. But again, you guys, I feel like I said enough. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to check for more upcoming content later in the future. Be sure to check the notifications, comment, subscribe. Thank you.